In the sweet by and by, we will meet again. Every song, all I hear is what you told me then. And it goes like this. And it goes like this.
This broadcast is a production of Oneida Indians Live and the Oneida Special School District. No part of the audio or video from this broadcast may be redistributed or retransmitted without express written consent from the Oneida Special School District.
is a presentation of the Oneida Indians Network in collaboration with the IH Sports Network and South Fork Network.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network for Oneida Indians baseball action against the McCreary County Raiders of Kentucky. It's senior night here at the Jack E. Lay Sports Complex up in the Oneida Winfield line. And actually, for right now, we're literally just going to turn it over to Bo Kidd. Jonathan Mark can bring you the call, joined by Bo Kidd. I'm going to turn it over to Bo Kidd as he presents your Senior Day festivities.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Jack E. Lay Sports Complex here in Bear Creek for today's Senior Day contest between the Raiders of McCreary Central and your homestanding Oneida Indians. Before today's game gets underway, we would like to recognize this year's 2025 senior class. First, down the third base line is number 6, Mr. Gabe Brennan. Gabe is the son of Nate and Linnell Brennan. He is a 4-year member of the OHS baseball and football teams. He is also one of the class of 2025's valedictorians. Upon graduation, Gabe will be attending Vanderbilt University in the fall and intends to major in engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, number 6, Mr. Gabe Brennan. And finally, down the first base line is number 42, Mr. Aiden Frazier. Aiden is the son of Brian and Rachel Frazier and the brother of Emma Hutchison. He is a 4-year member of the OHS baseball and football teams. Upon graduation, Aiden is planning to attend college and is still deciding on his destination. Ladies and gentlemen, number 42, Mr. Aiden Frazier. Congratulations, gentlemen, on a successful career here at Oneida High School. We will miss you, but wish you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the OHS Baseball Senior Class of 2025.
Thank you so much for that, Bo. A special night here for the seniors, indeed, as tonight marks their last game on this field here at the Jack E. Lay Sports Complex. A rush of memories coming over these seniors, I'm sure, as they come here tonight after 4 long years here on this field, playing with a lot of the members of this team, playing with each other, even before that in middle school and in Little League. And
yeah, this is a duo of guys that I've got to grow close to over the last 3 years since I've been back at Oneida, and between football and basketball or baseball, of course, they're always around during basketball season as well. These two young men are they're great young men. There's no doubt about that. Gabe, once again, one of your valedictorians this year for Oneida. He's going on to Vanderbilt later on to study in engineering. Frazier, I think he's talked a little bit about going to maybe going to technical school, maybe going to another college. Not sure which one he's going to go to yet. He's got a lot of things ahead of him as well. These are two great young men and two men that wear the orange well. They wear that O very well, and we'll miss them next year, no doubt about it.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, obviously I've played with both of them. I've been teammates with both of them. I mean, I'm not exaggerating this when I say those two might be – I mean, they're two of my favorite teammates I've ever had. They're great. They're great people to play with. Both of them served as mentors to me in one way or another when I was coming up.
And remember, this is just the first of 3 consecutive senior days that we're going to see over the next few days here at Oneida. Right now, tomorrow is scheduled to be softball's senior day. They're going to be hosting Pigeon Forge tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. Johnny, you'll have that call up here tomorrow. And then on Monday, we'll have soccer's senior day. They're going to be at home hosting Oliver Springs. So a lot of stuff going on, rounding out the spring seasons, the spring regular seasons at least, here in Oneida. District tournaments are coming up next week, guys. I mean, it's crazy to think about, but we're already almost in May, and it's getting ready to be crunch time in the postseason for the Indians.
All right, we're going to give one big congratulations to our seniors this evening. Gabe Brennan and Aiden Frazier, two amazing teammates, two amazing young men. We'll be back after this break, whereas we're going to be getting set for first pitch here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Tommy's Motorsports is East Tennessee's premier power sports dealership. We're a full-service dealership offering sales, parts, and service with 2 locations to serve you. In Clinton, you'll find Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Wave Runner, Polaris, Slingshot, and Homestead trailers. In Crossville, you'll find Honda, Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Bad Boy, Roxor, and Yamaha. Come in today and see why Tommy's Motorsports has developed the highest reputation for quality and customer service.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Vigilance Security and Technology offers cutting-edge security solutions tailored for industrial, commercial, and residential spaces. With our 4K resolution cameras, expert installation, and comprehensive networking services, you'll experience unparalleled clarity and peace of mind. Secure your future with the team that goes the extra mile. Call Vigilance today. 423-286-3533.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
Buying a home can be an exciting but stressful process. However, usually it's over pretty quickly. Building a home, on the other hand, that's a much longer process. And with that long time period comes different pitfalls and dangers. Let our experts at United Cumberland Bank help you navigate this world. Something that you're probably not used to doing, but something that we do on a daily basis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to those who have supported South Fork Physical Therapy for the past 20 years. Because of you, we have been able to live and work in the community we love. We appreciate you, Scott County.
Welcome back as we are getting nearer and nearer to first pitch here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network for the clash this evening between the homestanding Oneida Indians and the McCrory County Raiders.
So it's so nostalgic for me to see these two gentlemen out there at the plate for tonight's meeting between the two head coaches. Of course, Coach Sean West, I've known for many, many years, was a student teacher whenever I was here as a student at Oneida. But Darrell King actually is a classmate of mine from the University of the Cumberlands over in Williamsburg. So young man was a great baseball player for the Patriots over there for Cumberlands, and now back home in McCrory County, coaching there with his dad, Mike King, as an assistant coach as well. A longtime baseball veteran there at Cumberlands as well.
So a little history for you in this game. But it's not just you. As Oneida assistant coach, Coach Devin Rose, this is an alma mater game for him.
He's an alumnus.
He's a former Raider himself. So either he's selling our secrets to the Raiders, or he's betraying his alma mater. We'll decide. We'll see which one here.
I would venture to say that he is definitely pulling for that orange and white tonight. There's no doubt about that. He's a fantastic coach. Love Coach Devin Rose. Did a great job with our middle school program.
He was my coach in middle school, and we played in McCrory County several times. And he always ended it with, I'm a Raider for life. I always love seeing that red and gold. And then he'd walk over to us in the huddle and be like, guys, I want y'all to know, even despite I said that, you cut open my arm, it'll bleed orange. I promise you that.
Batting fifth, the catcher, number 99, Elijah Stroud.
So as you can see here, the two teams' starting lineups being announced. Thank you to Will King for that. As you can see, the defensive alignment out there for the Indians. Behind the plate this evening will be Elijah Strunk. Doing the pitching this evening is Gabe Brennan, one of many starts this season, and I believe he has been the only starter we've seen on the Oneida Indians network this season. As the infield looks like this. It looks like Frazier at first base. Eli Rector playing second. A.J. Harper at short. Carter Doherty at third. And then the outfield from left to right being Ben Sexton, Caden Shoemaker, and Ryder Watson rounding it out in right field. All right, we're getting underway here.
It's all good. And all right, here we go. So there's a little bit of a confusion whether or not the national anthem was going to get played. Softball had already gotten their game started off, and they had their national anthem played already, so we didn't want to interrupt if not. So I'm very anxious to watch this ball game tonight. Now, McCrory County played last night. I do know that. They had a home game last night against Wayne County. So we'll have to see. And matter of fact, I'm trying to pull that up real quick to see if I can get a record on the Raiders here. But I do know that we see one senior out there on the bump tonight, Johnny, and you've seen him a lot this year. That's Gabe Brennan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was talking about this right before you came back. I believe we have not had a game broadcasted here on the Oneida Indians Network that Gabe Brennan did not start in. I was going to say in some way, but you start or you don't start. There is no some way of starting. We even saw him start a game and then later come in and finish it.
Yes, we did.
The last time we were here was who was that against? Eagleton.
Yes,
it was against the Royals of Eagleton. We
saw him pitch the first 3 innings, I think it was, or 3
4
and
or
a third.
5, I think.
I thought it was 3 and a third, and then
it might have been
Frazier came in, and then he came back in
the extras.
Yes, McCrory County coming into today's game, currently riding a 3-game losing streak, have fallen to Cumberland County, Kentucky, and then back-to-back games against Wayne County. They are 5, 6, 7. Looks like 12-5 entering today's contest.
All right, we're set to kick underway in this one. As here we are, top of the first, getting underway. First pitch, right here from Gabe Brennan up to the plate for the Raiders is Carter Gabbard. First pitch is going to be swung on and hit in the air and fouled off. So the game starts off with an 0-1 count. First pitch coming in at 5:57 p.m.
Gabe does a great job at pitching to contact, allowing his defense to work behind him, but has shown some good flashes of some speed here this year, being able to sit down quite a few via the strikeout.
That one's going to be fouled off and out of play. Aiden Frazier thought he had a beat on it, but he could not get there. It went out of play and hit the batting cages. It's 0-2. Gabe Brennan getting ahead in the count in this one. Indians coming to this one in 8-17, coming off a win against Gatlinburg-Pittman. I am way too far back. The last game was actually a loss against Oliver Springs. That pitch is going to be high for ball one. I had a little mishap. I was looking at the wrong part of the schedule. Hey, we did get a win against Gatlinburg-Pittman, though.
We did.
If you didn't know that, now you do. But the Indians coming in on a losing streak as well. Let me count here. 6-game losing streak coming into this one. So both teams trying to break a losing streak, as that curveball is going to be ball two.
Yeah, Gabe trying to battle with the breaking ball there.
Count even at 2-2. Here's the pitch from Brennan.
Nice
in
pitch.
there, strike three. So a quick out to start this one off.
Great pitch
one away
there
for the Raiders.
Great pitch there by Gabe Brennan, just pounding the strike zone, goes down to the knees on the outside corner, and sits Gabbard down via the strikeout.
So now the two-hole hitter for the Raiders steps in. That is Tristan West, number 23, playing second base this evening. As now the senior gets back on the rubber. From the windup, here's the pitch. Breaking ball is going to be a little high. We're going to start off 1-0.
Yeah, it looked like that one just slipped out of his hand a little bit. Oneida in their home whites this evening, white pants with white numerals and lettering, orange numerals and lettering with the orange high socks. Most of them with the actually, no. Looks like most of them playing with the pants down.
It's
Gabe Brennan.
just Gabe Brennan.
Gabe Brennan. He's going to be the lonely senior out there with the high orange socks tonight. I like it.
I think he just wants to feel different. We're now seeing a 3-0 count now. Gabe has shown a prowess and ability to battle back from behind in counts, so we'll see what he goes with here. As the fastball is in there, it's 3-1.
Right here, you just want to see Gabe pound at the strike zone and continue to go right after the Raider hitters. Allow Tristan West to maybe put it in play, but he's got a great defense behind him.
As that one's going to be swung on, and we're going to see a full count here to the two-hole hitter. Payoff pitch is going to be swung on into the air. Line drive. It's going to land for a base hit in left field. Sexton's going to field it. He's going to have some trouble picking it up. He's going to fire it into second. It's going to be a base hit for Tristan West. And so now, with one out, the Raiders have a base runner standing on first base. And now stepping in is the three-hole hitter, number 18, Colton Summers, playing shortstop. Middle infield, batting back-to-back for the Raiders.
Yeah, West with that little swing right there just drops one into the proverbial Bermuda Triangle there between the shortstop, left fielder, and center fielder. Just that little spot where it's almost impossible for anybody to get there without there being some kind of contact.
Double play in order. Brennan showing bunt, and he's going to take it for strike one. Brennan's going to check the runner.
Good lead over there by West.
There's the first pickoff attempt in this one, and it's going to be unsuccessful. Gabe Brennan, known for the pickoff attempt. We've seen him do it many times this year. As the runner takes off for second, Strunk the throw down. Ooh. As that throw gets away.
Ooh.
Good save there by Eli Rector to prevent that ball from going into center field, but that runner pulls in with a stolen base, so now a runner in scoring position for the Raiders.
I think I'm going to give Eli Rector the nickname Hoover there because there's no way that thing didn't get there without it being a vacuum on that glove. I mean, he flashed some leather to keep that from going into center field and allowing an extra 90 there for West.
I was going to make a Herbert Hoover joke, but I couldn't think of one. As that ball is going to be fired up the middle for a base hit, Shoemaker's going to grab it. He's not going to be able to grab it. There's not even going to be an attempt at a throw home. The throw into second. The runner is safe. So a run comes in for the Raiders just in the top of the first. And now there's another runner standing on second base.
Perfectly hit ball right up the middle by Colton Summers. As you said, there was unable to make the throw in to try to cut that runner off at the plate. And Summers actually got on his horse and made it all the way over to second, just switching places now, leaving a runner on in scoring position with one out.
So here's number 25, the cleanup hitter, Hayden Irvin, playing third base this evening. That runner in scoring position, obviously you want your cleanup hitter to do his job here and drive in some runs. He's going to take that first pitch outside. Runner's going to try for third. Ooh, they're going to call him safe there. As he pulls into third, now that run just 90 feet away.
Very good slide underneath the tag there was with Colton Summers. Looked like there was going to be a very close play over there, bang play at third as Carter Daugherty swiped to make that tag. I think he may have actually caught a cleat right there. His time's going to be called. They're going to go over there. The umpire's going to go over and check on him. It looked like he may have taken a cleat right in the glove.
And that's never fun right there. I mean, that's a big metal sharp thing just hitting you right in the hand. That's never fun. The official saying Carter's good. He's going to keep playing.
I think Coach West's going to go out and still just talk a little bit about the call.
Nope, he's going to go over and talk to his player, it looks like.
I think he at least made a comment as he was going by. We'll put it that way.
Well, that's potential. There's potential there for that.
But you know what? I love a coach that goes out and fights for his kids like that. I'm absolutely fine with that. And Coach West, one of those who is not afraid to make sure that he's going out to try to fight for anything for his team.
As he's going to make his way back to the dugout. As we're continuing the at-bat of the cleanup hitter. Run 90 feet away. Irvin's going to step back into the box.
Gabe going to stay going out of the stretch instead of wind up.
I forget you can do that sometimes. As that pitch is in there for a strike.
A lot of pitchers are much more comfortable going out of the windup, so that's the reason why I'm used to seeing that, especially with the runner on third.
I understand that completely.
Oh, absolutely.
I really do.
Great
breaking
pitch.
Ball in there, and that's strike two.
Fantastic breaking ball there by Gabe Brennan, literally freezing the hitter Irvin at the plate.
It's a beautiful breaking ball, just slotted it in there. As there's going to be a fly ball sent into right field. Watson ranging towards it as he's going to make the catch in foul territory. The runner's going to break for the plate. He tagged up and got the run. So a productive out for the Raiders as now they lead by 2 after the sacrifice fly.
Nice hustle there in right field, though, by Ryder Watson, tracking all the way over, maybe just about a step, 2 steps away from the foul line to make that grab. He did get the ball in fairly quickly. But once again, Summers got a nice jump off of third to come in to score.
As here comes number 22, Joshua Weaver, the catcher. Now here's the question. Ryder was in foul territory when he caught that, correct?
I think he made the initial catch in fair territory and then sort of drifted off into foul territory as he was making the grab.
Okay, then the point I'm about to make is moot.
Okay.
The point I was going to make was that if you were going to catch that fly ball in foul territory,
it's
counts
almost
2-0 now.
Almost better to make it drop in and just go with a foul ball.
Yeah.
To a point, I guess you could say that, but then you're giving the number 4 hitter a second lease on life with a runner at third.
But he is in an 0-2 count. You have to remember that. In that situation specifically.
True.
Ooh, a little maybe cutter or slider action there by Brennan, but the count is 3-0. That one's in there. It's 3-1. Like I said earlier, Gabe Brennan shown a lot of ability to battle back this year, and maybe we're going to see that again in this at-bat. As the next pitch is going to draw the walk. And there's going to be another runner at first base. Weaver able to draw the walk. And that brings up number 10, Jackson Strunk, the first baseman. Looks like we're going to see a courtesy runner here for the catcher, as that is number 15, Parker Baird, coming into courtesy run for Weaver.
Baird, a smaller statured young man compared to Weaver, so possibly a nice switch for speed here. Oh, that one's a great pickoff.
They got him the pickoff, as that's now 2 outs in this inning. Nope, 3. 3 outs. I apologize for that. But on the pickoff move, it's going to send us to the bottom of the first. We'll be back after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Danny's Drugs has been dedicated to providing patients with quality healthcare services since 1966. From our beginnings as a fountain drugstore to our current location on the 4th lane in Oneida, one thing has remained the same: exceptional service. Our staff of highly motivated and carefully trained professionals understand your needs and respond to them in a personal and friendly manner. Our staff works together as a team to provide the finest patient care available. That's Danny's Drugs, putting patients first since 1966.
Welcome back as we're set to begin the bottom of the first here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, as the Raiders of Macquarie County score 2 runs in the top half of the first, able to drive in a couple runs. They're going to try to keep that score where it is, as you see the defensive alignment for the Macquarie County Raiders. Towing the rubber this evening is number 24, Riley Newman. Doing the catching is number 22, Joshua Weaver. First base will be number 10, Jackson Strunk. Second base, number 23, Tristan West. Shortstop, number 18, Colton Summers. Third base, number 25, Hayden Irvin. And then the outfield from left to right is number 1, Carter Gabbard. Number 6, Nate Losey. And number 21, Mason Bryant.
Riley Newman, a senior for McCrae County, making his 4th start on the season for McCrae County. His 6th game pitched. He's thrown 12 innings, given up 10 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned, 6 walks, 17 strikeouts, has an ERA of 2.92.
I mean, those are some solid numbers that I'm hearing right there. Upstepping the leadoff hitter for the Indians, Eli Rector, as he's going to start things off hot with a foul ball. Just a weird knuckling liner.
Interesting situation there, though, as a starting pitcher, and you're not going out of the windup. He's going to go out of the stretch, looks like, for the majority of the game. Rector coming into the game hitting 282.
There's another foul ball, ground ball on the third base side. Count is 0-2.
A little bit of a switch at the top of the lineup as well today for the Indians, as it's usually Rector and Brennan. They've made a little bit of an insertion there and snuck Carter Darty in the 2-hole.
Rector, the 0-2 count, as he's going to have a little soft grounder. Pitcher's going to field it and fire it to first for the first out. Just a little tiny little dribbler right there, right back to the mound for the easy out.
A little cue shot right off the end of the bat. Didn't get a good piece of metal on that one, as he'll be retired on the 1-3 ground out if you're taking books at the house.
As, like you said earlier, the 2-hole hitter this evening is Carter Darty. He'll take some swings with 1 out here in this one.
Carter hitting 275 on the season for Oneida. On-base percentage just under 400.
As he'll see that first pitch for a ball, he'll start things off 1-0. Next pitch is going to be lined out into left field for a base hit.
Oh,
and the ball's going to get away from the left fielder. Carter's going to go for 2. And he's going to make it in standing up, as he'll get scored with a single and then an advance on the error.
Absolutely.
Regardless, he's in scoring position with the senior Gabe Brennan, ready to step up.
Looking to try to help out his own cause here this evening, stepping to the plate.
I mean, obviously, as a senior, you want to perform the best you can on senior night.
Absolutely.
Which can do one of two things. It can either put unneeded pressure in your head, or it can fire you up and make you be your best you. And if you're a fan of the Indians, you're hoping it's the latter for Gabe here as he steps in. First pitch.
I've seen a lot of seniors like that. You talk about that, just come in calm, cool, collected. It's another day at the ballpark for them. So we hope that's what it is here for Gabe this evening, but it's as well as Aiden.
As Brennan's going to ground one second base side. He's going to pick it up and toss it to first for a 4-3 putout. But that does advance Carter up to third base, as now that run just 90 feet away for the Indians, and up steps the other senior, Aiden Frazier.
Now batting number 42, Aiden Frazier.
Frazier leading the team this year with a 3.28 average on the season, 2 home runs. Also a team-leading 21 runs batted in.
Goodness gracious, that's a lot of ribbies.
Yeah, one at Jellicoe, and I'm trying to remember where the other one was.
There's another ground ball,
Chomp.
third base side.
Oh.
Third baseman, bare hand, throw in the dirt. Great scoop by the first baseman on the other end. A little almost Savannah Bananas play there. Solid play there by the McCrory County defense to retire the side, as we're going to go to the top of the second here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Home-style cooking with friendly service in a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razak's. Razak's offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razak's has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. Razak's. Country cooking and great steaks.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Welcome back to the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network for the top of the second. As last inning we saw the Indians make a solid attempt to score some runs, but came out with 0. And of course we saw that play made by the corner infielders, the third baseman and the first baseman for the Raiders.
Yeah, Hayden Irvin and Carter Gabbard matching up there for a nice little defensive web gem for McCrae County to strand a runner 90 feet away as well for scoring for Oneida.
For sure. I mean, I've never seen something like that before in my life.
And speaking of, here's one of those pieces to that puzzle. Number 10, Jackson Strunk coming to the plate.
First pitch is going to be a strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, I think he was trying to check swing on that one, trying to hold up on the swing, but there was no doubt about it. He went through with that one.
Next pitch is going to be outside. It's ball 1. I'm going to go ahead and apologize if you can hear a little stuffiness. I'm a little stopped up today.
It's May, almost May, springtime here in Tennessee. You're going to get every allergy known to man smacking you in the face over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
so definitely understandable, good sir.
It's hitting me a little bit. My left nostril more so than my right.
It happens, I promise.
Counts 2-1. Next pitch is going to be swung on. It's 2-2. Was that, you think, a little cutter or slider there by Brennan?
Looked like a little slider coming through from Brennan right there. Maybe a little late, one of those slurves somewhere around that nature.
You know, that's something new. He didn't throw that when I played with him. As that breaking ball is going to go over the head of Jackson Strunk. Will, you're standing here next to me. Say it with me now. Just a bit outside.
But it was inside.
It was inside.
It was inside.
But that's not the quote. Full count now. Rest in peace, Bob Euchre. Well, Bo cut me off. That one's going to be fouled back. A little rocket foul back into the fence. It'll remain a full count.
Beautiful day for baseball. We'd had a lot of clouds earlier on in the day and a little drizzle here and there, but man, what a nice night to be at the ballpark.
He's going to take the walk there. Maybe thought about swinging, but regardless, he's going to take the walk, and that brings up number 6, Nate Losey, the center fielder.
Now batting number 6, Nate Losey.
So now that runner on first base for the Raiders. There he's still clinging to a 2-run lead. Brennan checks the runner. As he's going to go for another pickoff attempt here. This one will be unsuccessful. We saw that successful pickoff attempt to end the top of the first. Very, very pretty pickoff move there from Gabe Brennan. As he's going to go for another one. Once again, unsuccessful.
This is Brennan's 8th start of the season for the Indians. His 10th game pitched this year. He's thrown 29 2/3 innings entering today's game.
That one runs inside, nearly hits him. I believe that's just going to start us off at 1-0, correct?
That's correct. Gabe 2-4 on the season with a... Trying to get over to it if we can find it there. There we go. ERA just under 5.
There's going to ground ball right to the shortstop, A.J. Harper. 6-4-3 double play.
Can't turn it any prettier than that.
2 easy outs there for the Indians as they're going to toss it around the horn. So now a quick 2 outs in the inning in the blink of an eye.
That's textbook 6-4-3 right there for anybody booking that one at the house.
As now here comes number 21, Mason Bryant, the right fielder. The only lefty we've seen in the lineup thus far. First pitch to him is going to be outside, ball 1. Bo, in one of me and Will's former broadcasts, we started a pickoff counter. I think we need to start that tonight. We're at 3 already.
I like it when Gabe does that, though, because it's also keeping the runners honest over at first.
Ball sliced out into left field for a base hit. Sexton's going to field it, loses his hat. It's going to come in. They're going to keep that runner at first base with a single. However, the ball did get away from the shortstop, A.J. Harper, a little bit. So now that runner on first base brings up number 24, the pitcher, Riley Newman. As you say, try to help out his own cause. Well, we had a pickoff counter for both teams because both teams were doing it. I think we got up to about 15 for both teams. First pitch in there, and that's going to be 0-1.
Gabe, to me, seems like he's a little more comfortable out of the stretch rather than the windup.
As there's another pickoff attempt. So now we're at 4. Here in this one. Brennan delivers. There's a liner snagged by Aiden Frazier. What a play by the senior on senior night. As that's going to retire the side. And we're going to head to the bottom of the second after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in automatic car wash technology. Our wash bays offer friction or touchless options that are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior. Both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash Oneida.
Respect, compassion, integrity, commitment, community. Those are a few of the principles that guide Mountain People's Health Councils in everything we do. We respect our patients and their need for quality health care. We have compassion on those that are sick and hurting and need help. We are committed to do everything we can to help those in need. And we're focused on providing our friends, family, and neighbors with the very best health care available.
Welcome back as we're set to begin the bottom of the second here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. Last inning, we saw good defensive prowess from the Indians, able to keep the Raiders score where it is. But the Raiders still clinging to that 2-run lead, and they're hoping to keep it where it is here.
I believe it's the 5-6-7 duo up here for the Indians.
I believe that is correct, as that would be Elijah Strunk, Caden Shoemaker, and Ben Sexton. And I see Elijah Strunk on deck there, so I believe we got it.
Yeah, Aiden, remember it was the nice web gem that ended the
Oh, yeah. But then
the
Frazier gave us a web gem of his own when he made that.
He did.
That good snag over there at first base. And then that just textbook 6-4-3 double play coming from Harper, Rector, and Frazier out of the infield last inning. I mean, we've seen a lot of defensive prowess from the Indians and from the Raiders in this one. I think this will be a competitive ball game for sure, as we're still in the early stages.
Yeah, still early stages over in the softball game as well, as they're hosting Cumberland County. The Indians, Lady Indians, with a 4-0 lead right now, bottom of the second.
They're exactly where we are, bottom of the second. First pitch to Strunk is going to be grounded right back up the middle for a base hit. And you cannot get any more textbook hitting than that. First pitch, just right up the middle, right where you want it.
CNI single right back up the gut. First pitch, Elijah Strunk. Nice piece of hitting. Puts the leadoff man on with nobody down, and Caden Shoemaker coming to the plate.
I want you to try to say that 5 times fast. CNI single.
CNI single, CNI single, CNI single, CNI single, CNI single.
You cheated there at the end. We're not going to talk about it. Like you said, up steps Caden Shoemaker. Strunk's taking off for second base. Ball's going to get away from the catcher, and Strunk will pull in there safely. So now Elijah Strunk has managed himself into scoring position. Caden Shoemaker faces a 1-0 count.
Right there, it looked almost as if the catcher Weaver knew that he was going to go. He was trying to anticipate that transfer, and he just closed his glove maybe a little too early.
That, unfortunately, does happen. I've seen Elijah Strunk do it once or twice. As that's going to be fouled off, it's going to be even at 1-1. Excuse me. Shoemaker stepping back in. Strunk leading off second. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Maybe just a little high there. It's 2-1.
Shoemaker, generally a pretty patient hitter at the plate, looking for his pitch.
You think that last pitch? You think it was a breaking ball or just a little off-speed?
Just a little off-speed.
As I think that's a little sinker action right there. It's 2-2.
You don't see a lot of sinkers in high school baseball anymore.
Well, most coaches just teach their kids to throw two seams.
Yep.
Which are similar to sinkers, but not quite the same thing. Shoemaker's going to fly that one high in the air.
It's going to get out of play.
Just barely, it looks like. You've got a better angle than I do over there.
Yeah, that one scooted out of play now about 5 or 6 feet.
That really isn't a lot, especially by baseball standards.
No.
Don't yawn. It's going to make me yawn.
I apologize. It's been a long day.
There's a ground ball to the shortstop. He checks the runner, makes the throw. Strunk's going to try for third.
Oh.
Ball gets away. Strunk's chugging for home. And he'll make it in. So the defensive miscue scores a run for the Indians. And I'm going to say smart base running there by Strunk. Waiting until that shortstop made that throw.
Now batting number 2.
And then making a break for it, causing chaos on the base paths, confusion for that first baseman who had to rush the throw. And heads-up play by the sophomore Strunk.
Absolutely, and you don't see that a lot, especially, I'm going to say this, you don't see that a lot out of catchers. But that was just great heads-up base running right there by Elijah Strunk to get the Indians on the board here this afternoon.
Well, Strunk does have solid speed, especially for a catcher. Because, those
Very
catchers,
much,
they
yes.
sit in that squat. It takes a toll on your knees after a while.
Absolutely it does. I caught for 2 years, I know.
I mean, look at Brock Ryan. He caught for so many years. He's got some weak knees on him. There's a breaking ball in there. It's 0-2 after the foul bunt, and now the strike looking. I almost said backwards K, but that's a strike out. He fouled that one off.
No, didn't get a piece of it.
I thought I heard a bat chomp.
I think you may have heard that from the softball field.
I may have. But regardless, I think that's going to be ruled a drop third strike.
2-3 on the putout, puts 2 away.
Complete the strikeout with the throw down. As now here comes A.J. Harper. That did sound like a softball bat. I should have known.
A little higher tink.
Yep. Did you smack me, Will? Yeah, you barely touched me. I'm exaggerating. First pitch to Harper. It's 1-0. No, Will. No. As Harper's going to send a fly ball into right field, and it's going to be caught for the third out. The Indians do get 1 run back, so now the Raiders only a 1-run lead, but they have a chance to mount some offense here as we return for the top of the third after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Vigilance Security and Technology offers cutting-edge security solutions tailored for industrial, commercial, and residential spaces. With our 4K resolution cameras, expert installation, and comprehensive networking services, you'll experience unparalleled clarity and peace of mind. Secure your future with the team that goes the extra mile. Call Vigilance today. 423-286-3533.
When your job requires concrete, call Twin K Enterprises. We take pride in both residential and commercial projects. Our concrete is state certified and lab tested with proven high strength mixed result. We have certified facility operators and mix design technicians to be sure our customers get the best mix the first time, every time. Twin K has 6 concrete plants to serve the entire Highway 27 corridor from Georgia to Kentucky. Twin K, call 569-6341.
Welcome back for the top of the third here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. As the Indians now have a run on the board, it's 2-1. But the Raiders offense coming back up, attempting to add some more runs on the board, and we'll see if they can do it here off the senior arm of Brennan.
Yeah, as the roll the lineup over 1-2-3, starting up the inning here for McCreary County.
Carter Gabbard
did a little bit of damage last time they were up back in the first.
First pitch to Gabbard is a breaking ball for a ball. We're going to start things off 1-0. That's in there. It's evened up at 1-1.
Nice fastball, nice location once again by Brennan to even up the count.
That one's going to slip away. Maybe just a little slip out of the hand. Counts 2-1. Next pitch from Brennan is outside. Count moves to 3-1. Gabbard may be looking for something to drive here in the 3-1 count. Next pitch is going to be flying high in the air. First base side, Frazier under it, and he'll make the play right behind the dugout for the first out. So now stepping up for the Raiders is number 23, Tristan West.
West with a single his last time. Popped up. This one's going to get out of play on the left side. Heads up to everybody.
Where did it go?
Over here towards the softball field as everybody was sitting there going, heads up.
It might have went into the softball field.
It may have.
I wonder if it would have hit a softball player. That's a morbid thought, but it's possible.
The way these Cloverfield setups are like that, you run that risk.
As there's a ground ball, third base. Carter already fields it, fires to first. In time, there's 2 outs in the inning. As the Raiders now only have 1 out to work with here in the top of the third. As here comes number 18, Colton Summers.
Summers singled his last time up, drove in a run.
Obviously looking to do damage here. First pitch is going to be a liner. It's going to get down. Sexton, solid defensive cutoff out there. He's going to throw it in, and that'll keep the runner at first. Another single there for Colton Summers as he's standing on first base with Hayden Irvin. Stepping up to the plate.
Now batting number 25, Hayden Irvin.
I mean, I mean it when I say it. That is a good, solid cutoff out there by Ben Sexton.
Yeah, especially he juggled it for a moment, but still was able to get it in quick enough to keep Summers from tracking over to second.
I mean, that's a ball that ends up a double most of the time.
Absolutely it does.
There's
Absolutely.
another pickoff attempt. You know, just down there, down the line. But Ben got there. He cut it off. And like you said, he did juggle it a little bit. But he did get it in, and that runner's only standing on first base. Breaking ball nearly runs in and hits him. It's 1-0. Next pitch is going to be a little high, 2-0.
Nice crowd here this evening also for this game. You look all the way down both lines. You see quite a few people here this evening. Nice night for baseball up here at Bear Creek.
As the runner takes off for second, swinging strike, maybe a hit and run situation.
Sort of a textbook situation to do that in as well on a 2-0 count. Not necessarily with 2 outs, but if you're confident with your hitter, which it looked like Coach King was, he was willing to roll the dice.
So the count moves to 2-1. That runner now standing on second base. Or leading off second base, I should say. Brandon's going to step off here. Sometimes you need that step off, just that middle reset. And it also throws off the timing of the batter and the runner out there as well. As here's the pitch. It's going to get away from Strunk. That runner's going to move up to third base. Was that a called ball or called strike?
It was a ball.
That's what I thought. I just wasn't 100% sure.
Batter looked like he was going to try to check on that one, but nice way to hold up there.
Bo, did you see that foul ball coming from softball?
I did.
Come through here?
It was a zoomer as well, as it nearly took out about 3 or 4 Indian fans here in front of us.
And he's going to take the walk. That'll put runners at the corners for the Raiders with 2 outs. As here comes the catcher, Joshua Weaver. Stepping in now.
Weaver drew the walk last time up.
A walk here would load the bases. It would be a solid situation for the Raiders if he's able to draw that walk again. But obviously here you're looking for the hit. You're looking for something that can score that runner from third base.
Don't be surprised if the runner's off from first right here.
Not yet, but that's a rocket off the bat. Foul. It's going to be 0-1.
It was well behind, though, on that swing.
Well, that was also a breaking ball, I believe. So maybe waiting on it, waiting a little bit too long there. That one's going to be high. Evens things up at 1-1.
McCray County threatening here in the third, leading 2-1. Runners on the corners, 2 away.
Textbook ground ball or fly ball could get the Indians out of the inning. Runner takes off from first. The throw down. He's going for the plate. The runner's in there safely. That run's gonna score. So now they get back their 2-run lead, and they have a runner on second base with 2 outs.
Pitch was called a strike to take it to a 2-2 count, but Strunk right there, he has to decide if he feels confident in making that throw, go ahead and make it. But that time, the speed over at first was just a little too much, as it allowed that runner to break away and come home as soon as he released the throw.
And that runner at third actually went a little late, too.
He did.
He waited until the throw got there to go. You don't see that very often. You usually see them go right as the throw happens.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, it all worked out for the Raiders, so, hey, who am I to judge? As he's going to fly one out into right field. Watson's going to take it in for the third out. As 1 run comes in for the Raiders in this one, they're back to that 2-run lead. But the Indians are going to have a chance at bat after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
A local bank puts its customers first.
A local bank is committed to giving back and being a community partner.
A local bank is with you every step of the way and celebrates your success.
A local bank is a familiar face that treats you like family.
A local bank is big enough to serve you and small enough to know you by name.
For 120 years, First National Bank has been Scott County's local bank. First National Bank, your family, your future, your bank.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Welcome back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. We're set to begin the bottom of the third here in this one, and what has been a game that's been going by fairly quickly. The Macquarie County Raiders up 2 as they lead 3-1, but the Indian Bats have been able to amount some offense in the previous inning, so maybe trying to keep that momentum going for themselves. As up for the Indians, 9-1-2, as here comes number 88, Ryder Watson.
Ryder finishing off that last inning on the fly out on the F9. He barely had to move to make the grab over in right field.
Ryder, the sole lefty in the Indians lineup, as he's going to take a cut at that one, and it's going to be foul. It's going to be 0-1. Watson steps back in. Next pitch is going to be a called strike, 0-2. Watson's a hitter that likes to wait on pitches. He doesn't like to swing at just anything. He's very selective at the plate. As they're protecting with 2 strikes, it's going to remain 0-2.
Update over from the softball game, just about a couple hundred yards, or about 100 yards from us. It's 4-0 Lady Indians there in the top half of the 4th inning.
You know, I used to wear the same batting gloves as Ryder. I have those exact pairs sitting at my house.
Okay.
As he's going to line one out into right field, and the right fielder's going to make the catch for the first out. Solid cut there by Ryder, able to hit that ball hard into right field, just happened to land in the glove of the right fielder.
Yeah, hung it up just a hair too much, allowed that right fielder to sneak in underneath it for the out number 1 here in the third.
So the lineup turns over, and here comes number 3, Eli Rector. Leave a victim of a 1-3 ground out.
Correct.
Last time up. As he's going to take a cut here and fly one out into center field. Deep center field. Center fielder's going to make the catch on the run. Solid catch there by the center fielder for the second out.
Yeah, he had to continue to track back as he was going into the right center gap to run that one down. Eli gave that one a ride, but unfortunately, once again, just a little too high. That thing hung up a little bit on Eli, and that's going to be out number 2 quickly here for Oneida in the bottom of the third.
Listen, it's hot today.
It is. It's a warm day.
That ball's gonna hang on the warm air a little bit. As first pitch to Carter Darty is going to be 1-0. It is much easier to make a play ranging in than it is ranging back. So
Absolutely.
I gotta give some props to that center fielder making that play. As Darty's going to fly one.
It's out of play.
Way up in the air, out of play. It's 1-1. Did it hit our roof?
No, actually, it landed over to our right.
Oh. So usually you hear it when it does that.
Yeah, you'll hear it if it hits the roof, I promise.
As Carter's going to line one out there just past the glove of the outstretched shortstop for a base hit. I didn't get as good of a look at that hit as I wanted to. It looked like it was outside, and
he literally one arm flung the bat out and just got a piece of it right there. That ball sneaks through the gap up the middle for a base hit. So now runner on with 2 down, and Brennan coming to the plate trying to extend this inning.
Listen, man, sometimes a little piece of it's all you need.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Luis Gonzalez in the 2001 World Series.
Oh my goodness!
Sorry, Dad.
On a very unique walk-off for a World Series.
Pickoff attempt unsuccessful. You listen to that, you realize his bat broke when he hit that ball.
Question.
I mean,
no question.
It didn't sound like a good, solid cut. It sounded like that bat broke, which that was what Mariano Rivera did. There's a ground ball to the shortstop from Brennan, as they're going to fire it over to first.
Oh,
a collision over there at first base.
And he's safe.
He is safe, and Darty's going to move up to third.
Yeah, the first baseman over from McRae County, Jackson Strunk, it's almost like he lost his footing, didn't realize that he had missed the bag, came off, and now Coach King going to come out and check on his first baseman, and Jackson Strunk, as Gabe Brennan never let off the gas. You're always taught sprint through that bag at first, which is exactly what he did, and Jackson Strunk, unfortunately, was the victim of a Gabe train going down the first base line. But nice heads-up running by Carter Darty. Time was never called, and as soon as he saw that the ball was on the ground, no play was going to be able to be made, he took off and got an extra 90.
Yep. Jackson Strunk now clutching his chest a little bit. We're going to hope he's okay. Coming in for the Indians is number 42, Aiden Frazier, the senior.
This is a chance for Aiden right here to help propel the Indians back into this one as they trail by 2, but now 2 on with 2 down. A shot into the gap here by Frazier could tie this ball game up potentially.
Well, Bo, Frazier's not just a gap shot.
No, he's got good power. There's no doubt about that.
Frazier could get the lead in one swing here.
He very easily could, but I would venture to say that Brennan's going to be on the move here and getting over to second. So if you get 2 on in scoring position, a base hit, simply not even a gap shot, just a base hit into the outfield could score 2 and tie this game.
First pitch to Frazier. Swung on and missed. It's strike 1.
And it looked like that's exactly what Aiden was looking to do, was to try to take the lead with that swing. He was hacking hard.
My dad just sent me a very angry text message after the Luis Gonzalez comment.
I'm sure.
Frazier, there's another swing there. Popped up. First base side.
It's going to get out of play.
Got out of play barely. Just barely. Count moves to 0-2.
Now Frazier has to protect here. Down 2 strikes here in the at-bat. Anything close, you got to try to get a piece of it here.
He cannot be swinging for the fences here. He has to try to find a ball that he can just poke. As there's a swing there. Gabe Brennan was on the move, but it doesn't matter because Aiden Frazier with the swinging strikeout there. That's the third out of this inning. No runs scored by the Indians this inning as we're heading to the top of the fourth after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Welcome back here for the top of the fourth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. The Raiders still leading 3-1 as the Indians are going to try to keep that score where it is and get those bats back up there next inning after they had runners on the corners and left them both stranded last inning. Looks like 6-7-8 up for the McCrory County Raiders. As you see Jackson Strunk getting ready to enter the box. The throw down, we're set to kick off the top of the fourth here.
Lady Indians just finished the fourth inning over there in that one. They still lead Cumberland County 4-0.
Good for our ladies. Good for them.
They battled. They had a battle last night up at McCrae County. That was a 4-3 ball game that ended up in that one. Heartbreaking loss on a walk-off there in the seventh. But Jolie Duncan pitched a phenomenal game last night for the Lady Indians. 13 strikeouts in that one.
13 strikeouts in a loss.
Yes.
Is wild.
She was dealing.
That breaking ball is going to run inside. We're going to start things off 1-0 here in the top of the fourth. I mean, that's bananas.
Yeah, she was dealing last night.
Heads
up to the ladies over there.
That had some juice behind it.
Yeah,
that might go to the Little League field.
Nah, that one's definitely over in the softball field, no question.
Regardless, the count's going to be 1-1. There is some also some Little League going on here tonight.
There is.
The Jack Elay Sports Complex. As there's a ground ball, third by side. Doherty fields it, fires to first. And the good play by Aiden Frazier and Carter Doherty linking up there on that one for the first out.
The old simple 5-3 routine grounder right there. Carter Doherty with that missile over to first to Frazier for the first out of the inning.
Number 6.
So now stepping in is number 6, Nate Losey for the Raiders.
Wondering if he's any relation to former Lady Indian Grace Losey.
You might be onto something there.
That's not a very common name around this area, so.
Going to start off 1-0. It's the battle of the sixes here. Number 6, Gabe Brennan versus number 6, Nate Losey.
Of course, Losey also, Grace, a member of the Georgetown College Lady Tiger softball team of the Mid-South Conference.
Foul ball. It's going to even things up 1-1. She was a very good softball player. I got to watch her play a little bit back. I believe that would have been my 8th grade year. Was her senior year.
Yep, I got to coach her that year. Phenomenal young lady. Does everything the right way.
2-1 now after the pitch on the outside. I forget you helped coach softball a little bit.
Yeah, I was an assistant coach for 2 years.
There's another fly ball out into the right field. Watson almost tracks it down, runs face first into the fence, but just shakes it off like it's nothing. That's going to land a foul ball.
Good hustle by Ryder to try to get down there to that one. Those long legs, he's got that sort of a gazelle-like stride over towards the foul territory. He just needed an antelope-style stride to get to it.
What's the name of the Japanese outfielder in Major League 2? Do you remember his name?
Hiroshi Kamikaze Tanaka.
That's what that reminded me of when he ran into that wall. Counts full now.
Of the Tokyo Giants.
Yeah.
Quite funny that you bring that up. I actually watched that movie like 2 nights ago.
So did I.
Fantastic.
We probably watched it on the same night.
Loved it.
It was just on TV.
I just happened to be scrolling through it. All of a sudden, I was like, "Man, I've not seen this one in a while."
It's not as good as the first one, but it's better than the third one. To be fair, a few things aren't better than Major League 3. He's going to draw the walk there, puts that runner on first base. Matter of fact, I'm going to bet you that I don't know if anybody at home except for my father has seen Major League 3. Have you seen Major League 3?
Yes, I have. Not a fan. Major League 3 Back to the Minors was its actual title.
Yeah.
Not a big fan.
They got rid of every good character.
You know, Major League 2 actually has a little bit of a twist, or not a twist, but a connection here to Scott County.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Runner taking off for second. Strunk the throw down. He's going to be safe. That runner now at second base. What's the connection?
Jack Parkman.
Oh, I did know this actually.
Whose real name is David Keith. He actually lives in Knoxville. Very good friends with some families here in Scott County. He actually used to come. He watched a lot of my AYSO soccer games whenever I was growing up.
David Keith. Pickoff move to second base. Unsuccessful.
He lives right over in the Farragut area. A big-time Vols fan. Huge Vols fan. So
Jack Parkman was one of the better parts of that movie, too. I've always been a Jack Parkman fan, even though you're not supposed to like him. There's a ground ball to the first baseman, Frazier. He'll take it for the unassisted putout. That runner moves up to third, but there are 2 outs in the inning. Senior getting some action over there at first base.
Yep, the unassisted 3 on the putout. Puts 2 away now. Still just, though, another runner 90 feet away from scoring for McCurry County as
number 24, Riley Newman.
Yep, the 9-hole hitter coming up to the plate, the pitcher trying to help out his own cause. Didn't know it was bobblehead night up here tonight.
That's an amazing joke if you could see what just happened, but you can't. So Will King was attempting to pop his neck very violently.
Looked like you were trying to tighten the spring in your neck right there. Yeah. There is the bobblehead.
You like glitched. Yeah. 1-0 count here. As there's another fly ball out into the right field side. This time Rector is going to camp under it and make the catch for the third out of this inning. He tosses that ball back in. And we're going to head to the bottom of the fourth after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Danny's Drugs has been dedicated to providing patients with quality healthcare services since 1966. From our beginnings as a fountain drugstore to our current location on the 4th Lane in Oneida, one thing has remained the same: exceptional service. Our staff of highly motivated and carefully trained professionals understand your needs and respond to them in a personal and friendly manner. Our staff works together as a team to provide the finest patient care available. That's Danny's Drugs, putting patients first since 1966.
Since 2004, we have had the privilege to treat and forge relationships with so many in our community. Over the years, it has been our goal to provide caring, effective, and professional care to the people of Scott and surrounding counties. From the sidelines to the clinic, our staff supports the student athletes and coaches of our schools. As we celebrate 20 years of South Fork Physical Therapy, we want to say thank you for trusting us for all of your physical therapy needs.
Welcome back for the bottom of the fourth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. Of course, as you can see on your scoreboard, the score has remained 3-1 for a couple of innings now. And for the Indians, the 5-6-7 due up. Going to try to get some runs on the board for the Indians and drive that score up. Maybe try to get the lead here in this inning. As up steps Elijah Strunk for the Indians. First pitch is going to be outside. It's 1-0.
Yeah. Singled came around and came around to score.
Will, if you're gonna interject, can you use proper grammar, please? Hit a single his first up at bat. I'm messing with you, Will. It's 2-0 now.
Young man has a nice future ahead of him when it comes to baseball.
Elijah Strunk.
I knew that one. It's going to get out of play.
Way in the air. Yeah, I knew that off the bat. Oh, Bo. I see something over here.
Well, yeah, I see some action up in the bullpen.
That's Aiden Frazier warming up over there. Who's he warming up with? Can you see who that is?
No.
It's 2-1.
Look here.
There's another ground ball up the middle. What a play by the shortstop. And he gets the out. Oh, my goodness gracious. Great balls of fire.
Colton Summers with a very nice play going back up the middle. The sliding stop pops back up and still has enough time to fire over to Jackson Strunk for the 6-3 putout. Phenomenal play as McRae County flashing some leather here this evening.
Listen, it's not often that a play makes me turn into Jerry Lee Lewis. So when you do that, you know it's good. Caden Shoemaker stepping into the box now. He'll start off 1-0. That ball runs outside. It's 2-0. Goodness, that was a good play.
To him, he's going to say it's any other Thursday. Probably.
He can say that all he wants. Shoemaker's going to ground one third base side. Third baseman going to have a little bobble, and he's just going to eat it. And that's going to put a runner on first base as Shoemaker's going to be on for the Indians.
1 on, 1 down now as Shoemaker. Nice hustle down the line. The third baseman for McCreary County, Hayden Irvin, did not have a great bounce off that one trying to field it as he bobbles that one up. Not sure if that's going to go down as a base hit or an E5 either way.
If I was scoring it, I'd call it an error. But
I would probably call that an E5 as well. So
Ben Sexton coming in now. Shoemaker takes off for second. The throw down is going to get away. And he's going to pull into second base safely.
If Shoemaker was watching that ball as he saw it track into the outfield, he may have been able to get to 3 on that one. Either way, now it puts a runner on in scoring position for Oneida. And right now, they need to try to get any run that they possibly can to try to get back into this one as they just trail by 2.
Sexton's going to slice one. Caught off the fence by the on-deck man, A.J. Harper.
Good heads-up play over there by A.J.
1-on-1. That's that shortstop in him. Just going yoink. Ow, I hit my hand on the chair. That's what I get for trying to be animated.
Out of play.
It's going to be foul and out of play. As the count to Ben Sexton is 1-2. Left fielder's a little shallow, isn't he?
I would say so, yes, but the right fielder's playing about same depth.
The swing there, they're going to toss it down to complete the strikeout as Shoemaker's going to go for 3, and he'll make it in there.
That's just good base running. That's good heads-up base running. Ben Sexton was trotting down the first, was going to force that catcher to make the throw to first to complete the out, and as soon as the ball was thrown, Shoemaker breaks off and goes to third.
As here comes A.J. Harper up to the plate. He's going to start things off 1-0. Shoemaker off third. That next pitch runs inside, and now it's 2-0. Yes, it is 2 outs.
Yes, I was working on getting that there.
Another one runs inside, and A.J. Harper now facing a 3-0 count. Harper with an automatic take. Going to watch one for strike one. He's going to swing there on that ball on the outside. A.J. Harper's going to see a full count.
Big at bat.
As he's going to line one out into center field. Center fielder camps under it. He's got it for the third out. So Shoemaker left stranded on third base. As we're going to come for the top of the fifth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network after this break.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools? We got it. Paint and cleaning supplies? We got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care? We got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail slate.
Welcome back as we're getting into the later stages of this one. It's the top of the fifth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. The Indians coming off another inning of stranding one or more base runners. But they have been able to keep that score where it is at 3-1, and they're going to attempt to continue to do that here in the top of the fifth. As the lineup flips over for the Raiders, number 1, Carter Gabbard, set to lead this inning off. Now Gabbard steps into the box.
Third inning now that they've had the leadoff man to start it off. First, third, and fifth innings.
As that one's going to be inside and maybe a little low, ball one. There's another one a little low, ball two. What's Gabbard done so far? Can you remember?
Struck out his first time up. I do remember that. I think he grounded out his last time.
As there's a ground ball third base. Daugherty can't come up with it. It's going to roll into the outfield. Sexton's going to turn and grab it. He'll fire it in. That runner's going to be on first base with a leadoff single.
Yeah, Carter's probably going to look back on that one and say, I should have had that one. He trying to make a little bit of a backhand play right there. And that one just squeaking underneath of his glove puts a runner on now with nobody down as the 2-hole hitter Tristan West comes to the plate.
So now Gabbard leads off first. West at the plate. First pitch. Bunting, it's going to go foul. We're going to start off 0-1. Excuse me.
Once again, nice crowd up here this evening for both contests. The Lady Indians leading over there in their game 7-0 now over Cumberland County in the 5th.
Another pickoff attempt there. We've had some great crowds all year long.
We really have.
For baseball, softball. I've only been to one soccer game. How has
some,
soccer been? You've been
those have been
more
some
than I
great
have.
crowds as well, even in the night up here where we had sleet going everywhere. There was even a nice crowd out there that night.
Runner takes off for second. The bunt gets laid down. Brennan picks it up and fields it. Fires to first for the out. That runner moves up to second.
You can't ask
sacrifice bunt.
I'll say you can't ask for much of a better sacrifice bunt. That was laid down perfectly by Tristan West to advance the runner. Looks as if McRae County not afraid to play a little small ball here.
Number 18, Colton Summers, steps into the plate. Will, you've been around me long enough to know that, no, I'm not a very big fan of small ball.
And he has been very good tonight right now. Believe 2 hits, both right back up the middle.
No, they were both in left field. Or at least one of them was. One of them was that liner down the left field line that Ben cut off.
Okay, then the first one was right back up the gut because it went right past Gabe's foot. I remember that.
I believe you're correct on that. Might have hit Gabe in the foot.
I don't think it hit him. I think that one got through pretty cleanly.
Another pickoff attempt here. This time at second base.
You don't see very many pickoff moves over to second.
Especially from the right-hander.
No, definitely not from the right-hander. But once again, busy week here for Oneida Indians Athletics. Senior night here, of course, tonight for baseball, softball in action. We'll have more action tomorrow night as this was flown out to right.
Right field. Watson's going to camp under it. He'll have it. He'll fire it in. And that runner's going to move up to third base on the tag up. But there are 2 outs, so no chance at a sacrifice here. The Indians do have a chance to get out of this one. As up to the plate steps Hayden Irvin.
How about number 25, Hayden Irvin?
Tomorrow night you've got softball in action, senior night against Pigeon Forge. That'll be at 6 o'clock. You'll have the call here tomorrow night for that one, as I'll be over at soccer as they are hosting Rockwood in district action tomorrow night. Those also starting, I believe, at 6 o'clock. And then Monday, senior night for soccer, hosting Oliver Springs.
Right up the middle, hits Gabe right in the chest. He recovers to make the throw. Good play by the senior. The seniors linking up there for the 1-3 putout after Gabe blocked that ball with his chest. So that's going to take us to the bottom of the 5th after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Teshua Terry, a new loan officer at United Cumberland Bank here in Oneida. I'm really excited to be a part of the team. I've got a lot of banking experience, almost 2 decades. I'm looking forward to all the new relationships I can build here and all the projects I'll be involved in. I think UCB has a lot of momentum here in Scott County right now. If you're looking to build a home or buy a home or even a vehicle, I think now is a great time to come in, sit down with me, and we'll talk about it.
Forget the bucket, stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in automatic car wash technology. Our wash bays offer friction or touchless options that are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash, Oneida.
Welcome back for the bottom of the fifth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. That score has been 3-1 for, I want to say, since the second inning now.
I think you're correct.
And, of course, the Raiders are going to try to keep it that way here in the bottom half of the fifth. But the Indians 9-1-2 due up, and they're going to try to amount some offense with Ryder Watson leading it off for the Indians.
Watson 0 for 1 on the day, but congratulations to the Lady Indians softball team. Just finished up an 11-0 win tonight over Cumberland County. First shutout victory of the season for the Lady Indians. That wasn't a forfeit. They earned 2 7-0 forfeit wins against Austin East earlier on this season.
So Ryder's going to get things started off with 2 foul balls. We're going to start things off 0-2. Now, you talked about him being 0 for 1, but it was a very loud 0 for 1 as he just he smashed that ball into right center.
He put a charge into it.
And the right fielder just happened to grab it. And with it, on a really good play, I must add. He's going to take that pitch. It'll be 1-2. And that first foul ball he had was a very loud opposite way foul ball. Almost went to the T-ball field over there. Watson's going to ground one second base side. It's going to go right through the second baseman's legs. And Watson's going to be standing on first base after the E4.
Little Olay ball right there at second base. As that one's squeaking right through the wickets of Tristan West. Puts a runner on, though, as we roll the lineup over.
I call that the secret tunnel. That's exactly right, Will. Eli Rector stepping in, the leadoff hitter. Is he 0 for 2?
0 for 2.
Watson's going to lead off first. Pickoff attempt. Almost caught him off balance, but he gets back in there safely. I don't know if a lot of people get back there safely on a pickoff move like that. Good job, Ryder Watson. As Richter's going to pop one high in the air on the infield. Shortstop's under it. He'll make the catch for the first out in the bottom of the fifth. Bo, we're getting into late stages of this one.
Yep, Indians down to their final 8 outs here.
Number 7, Carter Doherty.
Carter Doherty stepping in for the Indians now.
Going to have to start putting together a couple of hits here and there together instead of spacing them out the way that they have. Oneida, I believe, stranded runners on third now in 3 of the 4 completed innings that we've played.
There was a pickoff attempt, but I don't think he ever left the bag. So now Doherty in the box, going to start things off 1-0. Next pitch to Doherty is going to be high, maybe anticipating a runner there. But it's going to be 2-0. As that's going to be swung on. It's going to be 2-1. The back pick attempt is unsuccessful on Watson.
Nice secondary lead over there by Watson, though, at first. I do like that. It's got a nice lead over there right now, actually, at first.
Yeah, as Newman's next pitch is going to be swung on and fouled off out of play. It evens it up at 2-2.
Similar swing to Carter's last base hit right there. He just sort of flung the bat out and was able to put it back up the middle for a base hit. Carter, I'd like to see him get a good cut, good hefty cut on a ball right here and drive something.
When you put up a swing like that, that's what you usually expect. As there's a one driven foul out there, it's going to remain 2-2.
Exactly what I was talking about. They looking for that ball to be driven, and he did that just exactly so.
Just a little bit early.
A little early on the swing.
As there, he's going to fly one out to center field.
Maybe trouble.
It is trouble. It's going to get down, but they are not able to get the force out at second base. Runners on first and second as Watson moves up.
Yeah, Ryder had a tough slide, though, there at second. Almost looked like he jammed up his ankle a little bit on the slide.
Number 6,
And if I'm not mistaken, he's coming back off of an ankle injury.
Ankle injury, yes.
But now 2 on with 1 down. The senior Gabe Brennan coming to the plate.
And this is what Gabe Brennan wants. He wants those runners out there, and he wants to do damage.
Those are these ideal moments that you sort of dream of some nights.
Mm-hmm. As first pitch is high, it's ball 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ryder, look, that slide into second was a tough one.
Yeah, he's got a little limp to him, but he is out there. He's
gonna battle through it.
Brennan's gonna fly one out there into left field. Shortstop's gonna grab it.
It's gonna be an infield fly rule either way. Batter was gonna be out first and second with less than 2 outs.
Mm-hmm. Fly ball easily caught by the infielder. Batter is out on the infield fly roll.
Now batting number 42.
As now here comes Aiden Frazier. Another senior. Again, a dream scenario here. Now with 2 outs, though, the pressure's a little more on. First pitch to Frazier is going to be high. It's ball 1.
Yep, went through.
He's going to run inside. Yep, that's a check swing. It's 1-1.
Yeah, he tried his best to hold up on that one, but there was just no way. Bat went all the way through the zone for strike 1. But credit Frazier for trying his best to hold that one back. My goodness, he was fighting it. Oh, goodness.
Pop up on the infield. Third baseman's going to be the one that takes it for the 3rd out. So 2 runners left stranded on first and second as they retire the side on the pop-up on the infield. We're heading to the top of the 6th after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Tommy's Motorsports is East Tennessee's premier power sports dealership. We're a full-service dealership offering sales, parts, and service with 2 locations to serve you. In Clinton, you'll find Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Wave Runner, Polaris, Slingshot, and Homestead trailers. In Crossville, you'll find Honda, Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Bad Boy, Roxor, and Yamaha. Come in today and see why Tommy's Motorsports has developed the highest reputation for quality and customer service.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
It's the top of the 6th here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network as that score still remains at 3-1. And looks like we've got a new arm on the mound for the Indians. The other senior, you can close the book on Gabe Brennan as the other senior, Aiden Frazier. I combined Gabe and Aiden. Yes. That is Aiden Frazier, the lefty senior, towing the rubber for the Indians as Gabe Brennan has moved to first base.
Which is exactly what he did
last time.
The last time.
Against Eagleton.
And we say close the book. We can't necessarily close it.
No, we
It's
can't.
still possible. But Frazier coming into today's game, this is his 12th appearance as a pitcher for the Indians. He's thrown 22 2/3 innings on the season. He is 2-3 record-wise, giving up 19 hits, 18 runs, 15 earned, 20 walks, 38 strikeouts with an ERA of 4.5. Looks like a lot of the fans that were here for the softball game have made their way over now to baseball.
As well as a couple Lady Indians players. We're gonna get set to see Aiden Frazier's first pitches in this one in the top of the sixth.
I believe it's the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up here for the Raiders.
I believe that is correct because that's Joshua Weaver about to walk in.
Dude, I'm digging the haircut too by Weaver.
Kind of has that Andrew McCutcheon thing going on. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Andrew McCutcheon.
I like it.
Andrew McCutcheon. Will, you don't even know who that is.
Nope. That's okay. We forgive you.
2013 National League MVP. First pitch by Aiden Frazier is going to be quite a bit outside for ball one. Lucas Laxton's presence scared me a little bit.
Thanks to Lucas for helping us out over there with softball today.
Next pitch just on the outside corner for a strike. Almost a setup pitch with that ball way on the outside and then that ball just barely clipping the corner. I don't know if that was intentional on the part of Aiden Frazier, but it did work out that way. There's another one right on the outside corner. It's going to be strike two.
Absolutely painting the corner with that strike.
That's true. That is very true. That's
what a
back.
deflection.
Did that hit the concession stand?
That, matter of fact, let's first remember where it first hit. That went right off the mask of Elijah Strunk and then came back and hit right here in front of us on the press box. That thing ricocheted hard off of Strunk. He definitely got the bell rung there a little bit as the umpire went out to give him a moment to sort of regain his composure.
Sometimes you go to a baseball game and they end up playing pinball. You never know. It's 1-2 now. As there's another foul ball grounded down that third base line. Pretty dadgum hard.
Yeah, Weaver's not afraid to put the bat on the ball right here. He's pulling out some tough hacks right here right now to stay alive in this at-bat.
I keep wanting to call him Jared Weaver, but it's
definitely
Weaver.
Josh.
Jared Weaver was a pitcher for the Angels.
That's correct.
I do that a lot. I mix up baseball players and other people that I know.
That happens quite often.
2-2. I've just got such a catalog of both people that I know and baseball players. Sometimes I just get people mixed up just because I get them mixed up. Next pitch is low. It's a full count. Look at those geese out there.
I was going to say, check out the flying V, or the flying I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, it's only two geese.
We'll call it the flying I. How's that?
Ooh, caught the umpire right on the thumb.
Yep, time called. He's going to give – he puts the two thumbs up, says, I'm good, but I promise you that one stung. So Elijah Strunk going to return the favor here and trot out to take the ball back to Frazier and give that umpire a moment to regain his composure behind the plate.
Was that just called a no pitch?
No, it was a foul ball.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was fouled off and went right back off the umpire's right hand.
I didn't see it hit the bat, but I'm going to trust you.
I did.
Weaver steps back into the box, still a full count. Right on the corner, strike three. Great pitch by Aiden Frazier for the first out of this inning on the backwards K as the Indians will toss it around the horn.
Aiden Frazier throwing it back and going a little stone style, painting it black.
I get it. I get it. So now here's Jackson Strunk stepping up to the plate now. I guess you could say he has the moves like Jagger.
There you go.
See, I can do this too. Foul ball. It's going to start off 0-1.
Yeah. Frazier still looks like he's just going to keep coming right at him right now with fastballs.
That's Aiden Frazier's pitch.
Make them beat you.
That's going to be a ball. 1-1. I don't know if that was a fastball there.
No, it didn't look like one.
Did not indeed.
A little bit of a, almost like a slider action.
Maybe a little bit there too. It's 2-1. Although that very well could have just been a fastball.
No, I'll say that one sort of looked like a two-seam.
Maybe. There's a fastball high and out. It's 3-1. Frazier starting to get a little visibly irritated.
Aiden is he's one of these that wears his emotions on his sleeve big time when it comes to baseball.
There's a foul ball. The count goes to full. We've seen a little bit of it in football too.
Oh, no question.
Out there when he's playing both tight end and defensive end.
Yep.
As there's a line drive out there just past the glove of Ben Sexton. It's going to roll to the wall. As Strunk's going to pull into second with a stand-up double and one away.
Yeah, you can't ask for much of a better swing there by Jackson Strunk as he put that one on a ride out to the left field. Goes just over the outstretched glove of Ben Sexton. One hops the wall, and he's going to walk in with a one-out double.
As he's now in scoring position as Nate Losey steps into the box. First pitch going to be called strike one. So now 0-1 to Losey. There's another called strike. It's 0-2.
Frazier once again just doing exactly what he's been taught to do for a long time and just paint those corners. Nice.
Swung on, strike three. Now 2 outs in the inning, both coming via the strikeout.
He took a little bit off that one and dropped that one in the bottom half of the zone and got Nate Losey chasing on that one, bringing the left-hander up, lefty on lefty. We have not seen many of these matchups all year long.
I've not seen many of these matchups in high school baseball ever. But here it is, the lefty Mason Bryant in the box. First pitch is going to be called a ball. It's 1-0.
Indians looking to keep that runner at bay out in scoring position.
The next pitch from Frazier is swung on for strike one. Count evens up, 1-1. Frazier kicks and fires. Good block on the ball in the dirt by Strunk. It's 2-1. Kind of almost a first baseman style pick there in the dirt in the left-handed batter's box. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Harper's going to field it and fire to first. Brennan's going to make the play over there at first, as that's the third out on this one. Score still 3-1 Raiders as we're heading into the bottom of the sixth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network after the break.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Forget the bucket, stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in automatic car wash technology. Our wash bays offer friction or touchless options that are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash Oneida.
It's the bottom of the sixth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. We're getting into the last little bit of this one as the Indians are set to take some swings in the bottom half of this one.
Yeah, Oneida down to their final 6 outs now, trailing by 2 against a team that they will travel to tomorrow. If you're a fan of the Indians, make the short trip up to Stearns and McCray Central, as the Indians will take on the Raiders once again tomorrow afternoon. I believe that's a 6 o'clock start there as well.
5, 6, 7 due up for the Indians in the bottom of the sixth. Elijah Strunk set to lead us off. That is still Newman on the mound for the Raiders, right? I believe it is. So now Elijah Strunk set to lead off the inning for the Indians. He steps in against Newman. First pitch is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Strunk's going to line one over the outstretched glove of the shortstop. It's going to fall into the left center gap. Cut off by the center fielder. He'll pull in to first with a single. Just a clean stroke by Elijah Strunk. I think it's the second we've seen tonight out of him after that first ground ball up the middle.
Now batting number 20, Caden Shoemaker.
Here comes Caden Shoemaker with Strunk leading off first. Shoemaker looking to do damage at the plate. There's a pickoff attempt that is unsuccessful. The next pitch to Shoemaker. Strunk taking off for second base. Ball gets away. And now Strunk's going to pull into second base. So now in scoring position. Shoemaker just needing a base hit to bring him in, or maybe just even a fly ball to move him up to third.
Do you have a 2-0 count?
I do have a 2-0 count.
That's what I thought. I thought this first pitch was also a ball.
But I'm also not very sure of it at all. As there's a fly ball out into center field.
Trouble? Nope.
Going to be caught by the shortstop, just not deep enough for the tag up, but it is only the first out of this inning, as that'll bring up number 2, Ben Sexton, up to the plate.
Number 2, Ben Sexton.
Strunk still leading off second base as Sexton steps into the box. He's going to lay down the bunt. They're going to get the out at first, and Strunk's going to move up to third. It's a sacrifice bunt. So now Strunk just 90 feet away from scoring, but there are 2 outs in the inning as A.J. Harper now steps up to the plate. AJ's going to fly one out of play and foul. It's going to start off 0-1. That one's going to be high and out. It's 1-1. I just now realized you're working the scoreboard, Bo. I didn't notice that until just now.
Yep.
That next one outside, 2-1. Next pitch from Newman.
Hey!
Is going to be lined out into left field. It's going to be a base hit for A.J. Harper. He's going to be standing on first base as well as an RBI, and they cut the lead down to 1.
A.J. Harper been looking for that base hit for a while and finally puts one through, and it's a productive base hit. Drives in a run, cuts the lead down to 1 as the Indians trying to put something together here in the bottom of the 6th.
Brings up Ryder Watson with A.J. Leading off first base, immediately taking off as he's going to be called out on the tag. So they do score 1. It is a 1-run ball game as we're heading into what possibly could be the final inning, the top of the 7th, after the break on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Respect, compassion, integrity, commitment, community. Those are a few of the principles that guide Mountain People's Health Councils in everything we do. We respect our patients and their need for quality health care. We have compassion on those that are sick and hurting and need help. We are committed to do everything we can to help those in need. And we're focused on providing our friends, family, and neighbors with the very best health care available.
Danny's Drugs has been dedicated to providing patients with quality healthcare services since 1966. From our beginnings as a fountain drugstore to our current location on the 4th lane in Oneida, one thing has remained the same: exceptional service. Our staff of highly motivated and carefully trained professionals understand your needs and respond to them in a personal and friendly manner. Our staff works together as a team to provide the finest patient care available. That's Danny's Drugs, putting patients first since 1966.
Welcome back for the last inning of regulation here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. It's the top of the 7th. Aiden Frazier going to remain on the mound for the Indians. 1 run came in last inning for the Indians, coming off the bat of A.J. Harper. Elijah Strunk scoring the run. So now the Indians looking to keep that score where it is, get those hot bats back up there, and try to walk this off in the bottom of the 7th.
Talk about irony. Top half of the 7th inning, both teams here in the 7th are going to come up to the plate, starting off with their 9-1-2s in the lineup.
So it really is just a measure of
whose bottom half of the lineup is going to –
not necessarily the bottom half.
Well, you know what I'm saying, though. Who can get the right start with their 9-hole hitter?
Mm-hmm. And the start there is going to start off 0-1 to the 9-hole hitter, Newman. Next pitch is outside for a ball. That one's going to get away from the catcher Strunk. It's going to be 2-1.
Frazier looking to get out of this inning as quickly as possible.
As there's a ground ball to the second baseman, Rector fields it, fires to first for the quick out on the 4-3 putout. I mean, just a fundamental textbook ground out to the second baseman, and Rector executed it flawlessly.
You know, and something that I really liked right there was Frazier. As soon as that ball was hit, he was taking off towards first as well to be the backup. I think a lot of that's his first baseman's mentality while he's out there as a pitcher. I like that effort coming out of Frazier right there.
And it strike one called there, and it paid off a little bit. As after that put out, he was giving Gabe a little encouragement.
Absolutely, absolutely, you should. That's not a position that Gabe plays on the frequent.
Played it in 2 broadcasted games this year, maybe more outside of it. Counts 0-2 now, as Carter Daugherty has kind of slotted himself in at third base very well here recently. There's another foul ball. It's 0-2. And Gabe now playing first base when Aiden Frazier is pitching, and has done a solid job all year. That one's going to be a little high. We're moving to 1-2.
Coming across just a bit high there on Gabbard as that evens up the count. Frazier working quickly.
Maybe to his detriment there, as the count is now full. There's a foul ball fouled back our way. It'll remain a full count. Excuse my yawning. 3-2 pitch is grounded to the shortstop, but it's the third baseman Daugherty who fields it and fires it to first for the out.
That's exactly what Frazier was looking for right now. 2 quick outs here in the top half of the 7th.
The simple, it looked like it was going to be a 6-3 put out, but it ended up being a 5-3 put out there as Daugherty snags that ball on his way over. Impressive range showed off there by Daugherty from the third base position as well. As 2 outs, here comes the 2-hole hitter Tristan West.
Now batting number 23, Tristan West.
First pitch to West is going to be called strike 1. So we're starting things off 0-1. Next pitch is going to be low in the dirt. It's 1-1. After the low pitch, we go high. 2-1. One pitch from Frazier. Hits right off. Yeah, was that the finger or the chest?
No, definitely not the chest. He's sitting there flinging out that arm. I'm not sure if it didn't catch him on the funny bone. It's not so funny when you get hit there either. I promise you that much. But I heard the little uttering underneath the breath of Will right here. Check out the stance here of Tristan West. Just now notice that. Very open.
Oh, my goodness.
Very open to start off the at-bat.
There's a fly ball out of play. Heads. Oh, almost caught by a Raiders fan there. It's a full count. There's a guy in the big leagues who used to do that.
Luis
Campusano.
Campusano does now,
Yeah.
but Luis Gonzalez used to have a very open stance as well.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Also, Tony Bautista.
Tony Batista had a very open stance.
I mean, he was basically facing the pitcher. He's going to draw the walk there. And that'll put a runner on first with 2 outs. As up steps the 3-hole hitter, Colton Summers.
The one that I remember back in my heyday was Andres Galarraga.
His was weird, too.
He had a very open stance.
There's so many weird batting stances. Craig Counsell was weird. Kevin Youkilis.
Ukes was weird because of the grip.
Yeah, he had that weird – and he was so wide, too.
Yeah.
Bagwell's was weird, too, just because he was wide. That pitch is in there for strike one. 0-1.
That's the beautiful part about baseball, though. Everybody's got their own twist to how they want to bat, their own stance. Some of them are very, very unique. Some of them are very plain Jane, but a lot of them work.
There's a 1-1 after the ball on the outside. What are some other funny ones? Not Luis Arias, but Luis Urias.
Uriah, yeah.
Used to I know he had that push out. The runner's on running for second base, but the fly ball into right field. Watson grabs it, and the Raiders still only leading by 1 as we're heading to the bottom of the 7th after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made metal monsters. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail slate.
Tommy's Motorsports is East Tennessee's premier power sports dealership. We're a full-service dealership offering sales, parts, and service with 2 locations to serve you. In Clinton, you'll find Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Wave Runner, Polaris, Slingshot, and Homestead trailers. In Crossville, you'll find Honda, Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Bad Boy, Roxor, and Yamaha. Come in today and see why Tommy's Motorsports has developed the highest reputation for quality and customer service.
Well, it wasn't 95 because 95 was the...
We're back for what very well could be the last half inning of the game here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. It's the bottom of the 7th. 9-1-2 due up for the Indians. They are down to their final 3 outs, but they're only down by 1 run.
9-1-2 due up here for the Indians, which means it'll be Watson, Rector, and Darty due up here in the bottom half of the 7th as they look to get some runners on and possibly plate another run here in the inning.
Ryder Watson up to the plate, the 9-hole hitter. Bo, this is not for the audience. This is for me. Finish what you were saying at break.
Oh, hang on.
He's going to fly one out into left field, and it's going to be caught for the first out. 1 quick out on 1 pitch to begin the bottom of the 7th. About the 1995 baseball season.
Yeah, it couldn't have been 95 because that was the strike year.
94 was the strike year.
94, okay, so it may have been
It
95.
probably was 95. We were talking about the year Brady Anderson hit 50 home runs and then never hit more than 20 again. Interesting year for the Baltimore Orioles outfielder.
Eli Richter going to step to the plate now with 1 down, trying to get something going here for the Indians.
Richter, the leadoff hitter in this one. Nice. Breaking ball right on the inside corner. It's strike 1.
It's a nice piece of pitching right there by Riley Newman to start him off with the breaking ball.
Next pitch is probably a little low. It's ball 1. Richter maybe thought about swinging there, but he lays off. It's 2-1. It was 96 when Brady Anderson hit 50 home runs.
We knew it was pretty close.
There's a ground ball to the shortstop. He's going to make the play. Great throw over there, but it pulls the first baseman off the bag. Richter got a little limp in his ankle now.
Yeah, he hit that bag weird.
Oh, you hate to see that.
Yeah, he hit that bag weird. He's going to have to walk that one off. Hopefully walk that one off at least. Because that is the proverbial tying run now standing at first base in the form of Eli Richter.
Anderson's career high outside of 1996 was 24 home runs. Excuse me.
Gotcha.
And there was that one season where he hit 50. So now Carter Darty set to step in for the Indians. Richter leading off first. Let's hope that ankle's okay. Because like you said, that's the potential tying run.
And Indians trying to get this victory here today. And uniquely enough, if Oneida were to come back and get this win here in this one, this will be the first time all spring that the baseball and softball teams have both won on the same day.
That hasn't happened yet, huh?
It has not happened this spring.
Starting things off 0-1 after the foul ball. That's kind of hard to believe, but I guess it's what's happened.
Seems like they've just not been able to get on that same page all season long.
Richter taking off.
He better turn back around.
Oh, little trip on the bag at second base. The first baseman makes the catch, and there's the double play. After Eli Richter attempted to steal second base, the ball was caught in foul territory, and they doubled him up at first base for what is now the final out of the game.
Yep, a 3-1
here on senior night.
A 3-1 double play is not very likely to end a ball game, but that's exactly what happened right there. Eli Richter went to try to steal on that hit and run, and it was a pop-up. He didn't catch the signal fast enough to get turned around, and he gets doubled off. And unfortunately, the Indians fall here in this one, 3-2.
So, like he said, a 3-2 final score in this one as they see the players shake hands in what has been a very, very hard-fought ball game on both sides. I don't think we're going to have very many final thoughts tonight. I'll just give a few right here myself. Hard-fought, valiant effort from both sides. I mean, a very close ball game. Ended with a final score of 3-2, obviously.
Well, we'll say, though, once again, congratulations to these seniors. A great career overall here. A tough loss tonight, but nothing to hang your head on. This was a very good team coming out of McRae County that came down here and played today. And you get an opportunity to take one back from them tomorrow on their home field. So just come in with that confidence and play the way that you did today. Maybe just find an extra base hit or two here or there, and it could be a completely different ball game.
I don't believe we had any extra base hits tonight, did we?
No, we did not. We had the single in the air, but there was no doubles. There was no extra base hits in the game
No extra
tonight.
base hits. Once again, going to give a big congratulations to our seniors, Gabe Brennan and Aiden Frazier. Great teammates, great ball players. We wish them the best going forward. But I think we're going to say goodbye for now. This has been the baseball action coming from the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network out of Jack Elay Sports Complex. Jonathan Markin bringing you the call, joined by Bo Kidd. Want to give a big thank you to Clayton Posey and Greg Bond, our technical directors, and to Will King helping us out on camera, and also many other ways, Lucas Laxton helping us out with softball. So your final score this evening, the Oneida Indians 2, the McCrory County Raiders 3. Stay safe, everybody.